Namaste everybody, welcome to the beaches. Today we're going to go through Namaste Beaches warm-up flow. You can use this for anything from sports to weightlifting to running or just a generalized whole body flow. It's pretty quick, we're going to go through it. It starts out slow, we're going to really get into the hip flexors and then we're going to move faster, getting our blood pumping. So follow along, look at the camera anytime you need to. Happy for you guys to be here today. All right, we're gonna start in child's pose and we're just going to start with our breath and we're gonna move through that breath the whole time. So make sure you're breathing deep, expanding the stomach and the chest the whole time. All right, start in child's pose. From child's pose, extend your arms forward. Big breath in through your nose. Expand the stomach and the rib cage. Exhale, contract the stomach. Good. Big breath in and out. Really try to open up your chest by reaching those fingers forward and by trying to press your chest close to the ground. Another big breath and out. You can keep breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, or you can start breathing through your nose the whole time, whatever works best for you. Awesome. We're going to come up into tabletop. You can skip this and go straight to down dog, whatever's more comfortable for you, but cat-cow is a good spinal warm-up. So on our inhale, drop your stomach, look to the sky. Exhale, round. Press through. It comes all the way from your hips into your shoulders. Inhale, drop, look up. Exhale, round. Good. Go through a few of these at your own pace, breathing the whole time. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to plant our hands, curl those back toes, and send our butt back for down dog. First one of the day. We're excited for it. Good. And I just call this walk the dog. And you're just putting your heels down one by one and pedaling it out. This opens up the hamstrings, and just really gets you moving. When you're ready, you're going to look at your hands at the top of the mat. You're going to walk your feet to your hands and come into a forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to in this one, and so that way it protects your low back. Good. And you can either stay here and feel your hamstrings open up, or you can rock side to side. You can even grasp your elbows for a little ragdoll. Good. And all we're doing is just warming up the hips with some side-to-side movement. You can even bend one knee and straighten the other as you rock back and forth to open your IT bands. Good. And then on your inhale, rise all the way up. Arms comes up by your ears. You can grasp your hands together and just really stretch up towards the sky for a good spinal strength. We're going to rock side to side. Good. And then a little backwards for a bit of a forward body stretch. And then our exhale, forward fold. Once again, hands come to the mat. You're going to plant your hands, left foot steps back, drop the low knee, uncurl the toes. Your hands can either stay on the mat or bring them on top of your thigh for a hip flexor stretch. It's important here that if you're going to get a good hip flexor stretch, tighten your left butt cheek while you sink into this. This will help to stretch your hip flexors a little bit more. Good. Big breath in and a big breath out. And then when you're ready, you're going to plant your hands. You're going to come into plank pose. So your right foot goes back. You're going to lower down through a push-up or chaturanga. You're going to hover. Your body's not touching the ground, only your hands and your feet. Flip your back toes. Push up for up dog. Open your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then uncurl the back toes. Send your butt back for down dog. In down dog, pedal it out again. And then ground through the right foot. Send the left between your hands. Drop the right knee, uncurl the right toes. Either stay with your hands on the mat or for a deeper stretch, come with your hands on your left knee. Once again, you're tightening your right butt cheeks and you're sinking into this hip flexor stretch. Breathe through your stomach, chest and stomach, not as much through your shoulders. Big breath in and a big breath out. Good. Plant your hands. Your right foot is going to come up to meet the left in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Breath in and a breath out. And then on your next inhale, rise all the way up again. we'll go side, right side, left side, and a little backwards. And then on our exhale, forward fold. Good. Once again, plant your hands, left foot steps back, right or left knee drops, curls on toes uncurl, and you're gonna put your hands together, grasping them, and you're gonna rise all the way up, arms come up by the ears, sink into that hip. Again, tighten your left butt cheek, big breath in. If you want more of a shoulder opener, really pull those arms back. This is a great opener if you're aiming to do an overhead squat, a snatch, or a jerk. You're really trying to open up those shoulders, or if you just feel like you have tight shoulders, whatever floats your boat. Good, and then plant those hands. Your front knee, your right knee, we're gonna learn left and right today, and we're gonna extend that front knee, that right knee, extend it, and we're gonna fold over it. You can either stay with your hands, the closer they are to your body, the less of a hamstring stretch. The further away you walk them, the better stretch you get. So whatever feels best for you, your right toes are curled towards your face for a good stretch in the hamstrings. Good. And then on your next inhale, sink forward back into a lunge, plant your hands, right foot goes back, plank pose, push up or chaturanga, hover, uncurl your back toes, up dog, and then flip it for down dog. Good. Once again, pedal it out. And then ground through your right foot, take your left, step it between your hands, lower your right knee, uncurl your toes, hands come together, rise up. Again, the more you press back, you open up your shoulders, and you sink into that front hip, the better off we'll be. Big breath in, big breath out. Good. And then unleash your hands or move your hands, whatever you want. And extend that left knee, dive forward over it. Again, hands can be close to your body, or walk it away. And you're gonna have a big breath in. Toes are curled closer to your body, towards your face. Good. And you have a big breath in and a big breath out. Sink back forward, right foot comes up to meet the left for forward fold. Good. Inhale, rise up. We're gonna go through it again a little faster this time. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands. Left foot steps back, drop the knee, hands come together, rise up. Low crescent lunge is what this one's called. Sink into it, tighten the left butt cheek. Extend your right knee, dive forward over it. Big inhale, big exhale. Good, and then bend that front knee, come back forward, plant your hands, plank pose, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Good, ground through the right foot, take the left, step between your hands, lower the back knee, hands come together, rise up, low crescent lunge, tighten the left butt cheek, right butt cheek, sorry about that, and breathe. On your exhale, extend that front knee, dive forward. Good, curl those toes, inhale, and exhale. Good, come back forward into a low lunge. Your right foot's gonna come up to meet the left for a forward fold. Good, inhale, rise up, side to side. Good. And then we'll go through and just open up our hips a little bit more. So forward fold, we're gonna step both feet back. First for a plank pose, lower down through chaturanga, up dog, down dog. You're gonna ground through your left foot and step your right foot between your hands. Keep that back knee or left knee lifted, rise all the way up. So we're now into a high crescent lunge. Again, this is really important. It's easier when your knee is dropped. Now that your left knee is not on the floor, a lot of people have a tendency to open up. Don't do that. Keep both of your hip points facing forward with your hands up in the air by your ears. And that front knee, the more you bend into it, the more of a hip flexor stretch you're gonna get here. The more you tighten that left butt cheek, the more of a hip flexor stretch you're gonna get. And I know we're holding it, but we're letting our thighs warm up, our hip flexor stretch. Extend your right knee and dive forward. If you feel like you can't reach your shin or the floor, bring your left foot a little bit more towards your right, and you can put your hands on your shin, your ankle, or the floor. Good. And you're just gonna stretch here. Wonderful. If you brought that foot forward, step it back. We're gonna come into a high crescent lunge again. This time, this left foot, turn that heel. So now it's perpendicular to the mat. Your right foot is parallel, and you're gonna open it up for warrior two. Sink into that right front hip. Left one is straight. And you should feel burns, feel your thigh muscle working here. Your shoulder blades are gonna squeeze together. Good. Take this left hand, your back arch is gonna stay like this, and you're gonna turn to the front for a warrior one. This will really open up that left hip. Make sure you're grounding through both feet. Good. Hold here. And then pop that back toe, high crescent lunge again. And then you're gonna plant your hands to the mat, plank pose, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Good. This time ground to the right foot, step the left between the hands, right knee stays lifted, rise up, high crescent. Left knee, you wanna sink into it as much as what's comfortable. If you have really tight hip flexors, you're not gonna be able to sink as much or your hips are gonna open up. So feel that stretch, but keep yourself forward. Hands come up, arms by the ears. And we're gonna breathe a few times through this. Feel your left hamstrings starting to warm up a little bit. Feel your left toe mound really grounding through your feet. Really open up here. Good. Extend your left knee, and again, you can either dive forward or bring that right foot up to meet the left a little bit more, and forward fold. Hands can come to your shin, your feet, or the floor. Good. Big breath in, and a big breath out. Wonderful. And you can take that foot back if you brought it up. Rise up, first crescent. Once again, this right arch is gonna go perpendicular to the mat. We're gonna open up for warrior two. We're squeezing our shoulder blades together, sinking into that front hip. And then when you're ready, right arm comes forward. That back right arch still stays parallel for warrior one. Sink into that left front hip. That really opens up your right hip flexor and groin. Good. And then when you're ready, pop up that back toe for a high crescent. Hold here for a breath. And then hands to the mat, high to low we flow. Chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Pedal it out here. Good. We're gonna take our right foot, step it between our hands. This time lower that back knee again. Left foot uncurls. I don't know what you do with your left foot. No, flatten your left foot. Top of it's on the mat. And then rise up. You can either stay here, or if you want a really good hip flexor stretch, your right arm is going to reach towards your left foot. If that is a stretch, stay there. If you want to pull that left foot up and grab it with your right arm and sink into it, we're gonna have a better hip flexor stretch. If that is good for you, stay here. If you wanna open it up even more, left arm comes down to the mat and you sink forward. And you're just gonna keep holding. If you want, for a little extra stretch, press that left leg, that left foot into your right hand for a couple seconds and relax. Push it in and relax. Good, one more. Wonderful. Drop it down. Your right arm is gonna come to the top of your right leg and you're gonna look up towards the sky. Left hand is still on the mat and we're just twisting for a good spinal twist. Good. And then back to the mat, hands on, high plank, lower down to chaturanga, high to low we flow, up dog, and down dog. Good. And then this time you're gonna step your left foot between your hands, lower your right knee. Good, and again, we're gonna come up tall. We can either stay here or we can twist towards the left. If that's a good stretch, stay there. If not, try to reach that right foot. If that's a good stretch, stay there. If you want a little more, reach to the mat. Good. And we're just gonna stay here. The lower down you go, the more of a hip flexor stretch you get. And again, if you wanna push that right foot into the left hand and relax, a little stretch and strength at the same time, as they say. And I'll push in and relax. Push in and relax. Good, drop that down. Right hand stays on the mat. Left hand comes to the top of your left knee, twist to the sky. Your back might even pop a little bit, feels pretty good. Good, a good spinal twist here. Wonderful. And then hands to the mat. We'll start in plank pose, high to low we flow, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Good. And then we're gonna lower our knees. We're gonna come to a seated position. I'm gonna face the camera so you guys can see me. You guys can face whatever direction you want to. We're just going so you guys can see me. So you're gonna bring your right heel close to your left butt cheek, and your left foot is gonna come on top, or come over, and your knees are gonna stack. It's okay if they're up in the air, it just means you need to open your hips a little bit more. So from here, we're just going to stay up tall. If that feels like a good stretch, particularly in this left leg, you can stay there. If not, you can dive forward and bring those hands out in front of you for a good stretch. Really focusing on those hips, breathing into your hips, as they say. Get some oxygen to them. Big breath in, and a big breath out. Good. Rise back up. We're gonna switch. So now your left leg is gonna go underneath your left heel by your right butt cheek, and your right knee goes on top. Good. And we're going to either stay here if we have a good stretch, we're gonna walk our hands forward for a big breath in and a big breath out. Good. There's a fly in the room and I'm pretty sure it's chasing me. Good, back up tall. And then bring your feet out in front of you. You're gonna keep your chest tall, don't collapse, and you're gonna reach towards your toes. If you only reach the shin, that's fine. Reach towards your toes, if you can reach them. You're just gonna pull yourself forward, big breath in, and a big breath out. Good. And there we go. We're gonna come back into a seated position. So from there, guys, if you wanna take your normal corpse pose, Savasana, and call that a day, it's an easy, quick yoga warm-up or workout, or use it as a warm-up and jump into your activity. Like I said, I use this every single day before I work out, weightlifting, anything like that. It's a great full body opener. So if you want some more ideas, come back to Namaste Beaches with your hosts, Lindsay or L Short. And we hope to see you guys next time. Like, share, and subscribe. See you guys.